Down goes Ariados, we see the save switch into Porygon 2, and out comes Miltank. Both trainers hanging onto one Protect Shield, the opponent going to strike first, potentially firing off an Ice Beam or Thunderbolt. The opponent fire off the Thunderbolt and then pivot out into Slowbro. We see a Thunderbolt and we raise you a Zap Cannon. Does the opponent respect the damage? Welcome back to the channel. The Love Cup is finally coming to an end after 2 weeks. I personally not a huge fan of this format. I know some people enjoyed it, some did not. But with that being said, today we are going to send it over the horizon with one final hurrah as we are going booming. Today's battles have been submitted to the channel by ZT Smith. I've had the pleasure of playing this highly talented battler in both Gymbreakers and Battle Frontier, so it's going to be nice to be on the right side of the screen. ZT Smith is running a triple shadow glass cannon team with Scizor in the lead, with two things weak to fighting in the back, with Porygon 2 running that Hail Mary of Zap cannon, and one of my favourite glass cannons of them all, the very, very attack weighted Crawdaunt. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, we're going to leave Shadow Scizor into Licky, far too thicky. ZT Smith opting for Bullet Punch, of course, to cover Crawdaunt's vulnerabilities to fairies and to offer some neutral fast move pressure. We fire off the Trailblaze, vamping up our already impressive attack. The opponent farms up to a potential Shadow Ball or Earthquake, but of course go for the Body Slam bait, because who doesn't love to bait a Shadow Pokemon? ZT Smith looking to ride the boost, going to block up the Body Slam, and then look for the Bullet Punch farm down. I'm not sure if we got lag there, as we didn't get a Bullet Punch through, we didn't throw either, as of course would win CMP, and now ZT Smith finds himself down both Protect Shields very early in the game. Out comes Alola Mola. We're going to fire off the Night Slash bait, Night Slash, force the Protect Shield, and we get the boost. Unfortunately, not going to reach the Trailblaze, but this Night Slash is now 3-stage boosted. The opponent invests both Protect Shields. We see the pivot into Crawdaunt. Crawdaunt going to overfarm before unleashing the Night Slash. How we'd love yet another boost. Unfortunately, this time the boost luck does not come. However, despite that, in this battle of water types, Crawdaunt very, very spammy, whereas Alola Mola is very, very slow, so we've got a heavy pacing advantage. The opponent fire off the Hydro Pump, removing us from the field of play. Out comes Porygon 2. The opponent sends out Galarian Slowbro. They allow us to reach the Zap Cannon. They've got no shield. Zap Cannon picks up the one-shot. Get that Slowbro off my screen. Back out comes Alola Mola. Porygon 2 going to reach the Tri-Attack. And we're going to be off to a very quick 1-0 start. GG's and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle. Looks like we're running it back. One of the main reasons I didn't enjoy this cup, I think it is so limited and so boring. Licky, essentially on 95% of teams, you can throw in bulky stuff like Alola Mola, a few fighters, and that's pretty much all there's to see. Would you look at that? Yet another Licky, going for the Body Slam bait. ZT Smith last time couldn't get the farm down. It looks like this opponent, not wanting to risk it, opt to pivot out into Dredagon. ZT Smith, happy to see Dredagon here, fires off the Night Slash, forcing a Protect Shield, and then we send out Porygon 2. Porygon 2 going to go straight for the Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack does come with a 50-50 chance of getting both an attack and defense drop, which we're able to get. Hopefully that attack drop means we can survive this Dragon Claw and reach yet another Tri-Attack. Unfortunately, we don't manage to do that. We just give Dredagon more farm, as ZT Smith has got his Crawdaunt exactly where it wants to be with a shield advantage. Crawdaunt hits the field of play, instantly putting up that Protect Shield, blocking up the Dragon Claw. The opponent then tries to make a catch onto Licky, far too thicky. ZT Smith like, nah, trainer, there's only one person making a catch, and that's me. We sacrifice the low health Scizor Crawdaunt, Snarl farms down Lickitung, back out comes Dredagon. Dredagon going to be getting removed with the Night Slash. What is that third? The opponent sends out Galarian Slowbro. Crawdaunt absolutely about to run rampant. The first Night Slash does almost all the health. We're already doubled up. And the second one is going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle. Thankfully, we don't see Licky far too thicky. We see the battle of Bug Steel type. Scizor into Wormadam Trash. Scizor has the ability to hit for neutral in this matchup, whereas we do fully wall their moveset. Although Shadow Scizor can't particularly tank a hit well whatsoever. ZT Smith able to fire off the next Night Slash on what looks to be a charge attack priority. Night Slash forces the opponent's first Protect Shield, and ZT more than happy to match. The opponent fire off the Iron Head, and there is the Licky, far too thicky. We all know was inevitably going to be somewhere on the team. If you don't see it in the lead, it's safe to assume it's in the back. The opponent fire off the Body Slam. We bank our energy and make the pivot into Porygon. We've already seen just how hard Porygon 2 hits, so I reckon the opponent's already in Zap Cannon range. ZT Smith looked to fire off the Zap Cannon on the charge attack priority. You could see he tapped the move, but the game's like, nah, have another body slam. To be honest, if this Zap Cannon goes unshielded, that's probably worked out alright for us, as we're going to leave minimal farm for whatever the opponent sends out. Back out comes Wormadam. We send back out Scizor, go straight for the Night Slash. Night Slash won't be lethal, but will get him low. ZT Smith makes the pivot into Crawdaunt, looking to get a running start, and out comes Slowbro. Crawdaunt very much in the driver's seat, going to unleash the first Night Slash, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. The opponent almost inevitably goes for the Brutal Swing bait, but no bait will be saving Galarian Slowbro's fate. Crawdaunt able to outpace to the next Night Slash, and of course this will be moving them from the field of play. Back out comes Wormadam. These bug bites doing absurd damage, but the opponent recognise they're going to be unable to bug bite farm down before the next Night Slash is reached. They fire off the Iron Head. We bullet punch farm them down, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see yet another Wormadam trash running bug bite. Henry, Mr. Home Slice Henry, this is your fault. You've popularised this thing, and all the copycats are now looking to emulate your success. It's very nice to catch it in the lead, as our backline doesn't particularly want to see it, especially not Crawdaunt. Them bug bites last battle were crazy. ZT Smith able to land the back-to-back Night Slashes and get the boost. We invest the Protect Shield, commit to that full bullet punch farm down, and Alola Mola hits the field of play. ZT Smith farms up well past the Trailblaze, baits with the Night Slash. Oh, that was a double boosted Night Slash. The opponent showed huge cojones that Trailblaze would have done crazy damage. ZT Smith fires off the next Night Slash, forcing the Protect Shield, and then makes the pivot into Porygon. We see the instant no shield deployed Porygon tanks the Psychic, and out comes Kanto Slowbro. ZT Smith farms up to the Zap Cannon, baits with the Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack thankfully forces that Protect Shield. ZT Smith, recognising he's going to be unable to reach the Zap Cannon, settles for yet another Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack does around half the health. Crawdaunt now sitting in a prime position to sweep. These Snarls doing absurd damage. ZT Smith going to go for the one shield, full Snarl farm down. If I was the opponent, I'd just top left. This is simply not a winnable game. Alola Mola re-enters the arena, and it's going to be death by Night Slash. One Night Slash won't be lethal, as this fish is incredibly thick, but the second certainly will get the job done. ZT Smith goes for the style point, throwing the resisted Scald, and we take that game. Heading into the next battle, we see Ariados in the lead. A very nice lead for us, as we fully wall the opponent, whereas we can hit for neutral the entirety of the time. The opponent going to go for the lunge, looking to debuff our attack. ZT Smith going to return fire with a Night Slash, looking to reverse that with a little cheeky two-stage boost. This time the boost luck does not occur. However, Scizor with his monstrous attack, able to reach the next Night Slash, winning the charge attack priority. The second Night Slash goes unshielded and puts them in a range where they are going to get farmed down. ZT Smith shields up the lunge. Can we actually farm down in 5? Unfortunately we cannot, as we are double debuffed. ZT Smith opts to fire off the next Night Slash, removing them from the field of play, and we see the pivot into Porygon 2. As the opponent's more than happy to stay in, it looks like they don't have a fighter, because if they had one they'd probably send it out. The opponent full send a Thunderbolt, then make the pivot into Galarian Slowbro. We see a Thunderbolt and we raise you a Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon sneaks through the Protect Shield, near picking up the one-shot Porygon 2, able to lock on farm down. Back out comes Miltank, looking for that rollout farm down, but Porygon 2 will not be denied, reaching the Tri-Attack, actually forcing the final Protect Shield and getting that 50-50 coin flip of the attack and defense drop. ZT Smith sends back out Scizor, looking to use it as the damage sponge. The opponent fire off the body slam, which doesn't knock us out, and Crawdaunt hits the field of play. I believe this is only a body slam. We've got a shield, we may as well use it. For anyone wondering just how hard Crawdaunt hits, well, this Miltank's pretty healthy, but Scald gonna pick up the one shot, and we take that game. In the next battle, we've got some spice on display. The opponent running a Gorbis. Of course, using Water Gun as a quick move. I know it learns Water Pulse. Psychic, I'll be honest, I do not know what else it learns. We're going to pivot into Porygon 2, looking to use it as the damage sponge. The opponent fire off the Draining Kiss. What a wild moveset. The opponent sends out Wigglytuff, and we're full sending the Zap Cannon. Zap Cannon! Bang! No, they actually survive. I thought we just saw a one-shot, but the annoying Marshmallow able to survive. Scizor comes in, gets one further bullet punch. The opponent sends out Charizard. Charizard going to be greeted with the Night Slash. Night Slash goes unshielded, and we make the pivot into Crawdaunt. Charizard very quickly getting depleted of its HP. We're going to invest the Protect Shield, blocking up the Dragon Claw. The opponent then pivots back out into Gorbis, and Gorbis going to be greeted with a Night Slash. Night Slash goes unshielded. The opponent putting all their hopes and dreams on Charizard, but Charizard going to get Snarf farmed down, and we take that game. Shout out that opponent running some cool spice. In the next battle, we see Scizor into a Lola Mola. ZT Smith going to go straight for the Trailblaze, which is good fast move timing. I say it time and time again, but using a 2-turn move into a 3-turn move, of course you want to throw at 1, 4 and 7. Scizor thankfully reaches the Trailblaze after 7 bullet punches. We force a Protect Shield, then make the pivot into Porygon. The opponent forced that Protect Shield back with the Psychic, and then send out yet another pesky Charmer. Once again, we're able to land the Zap Cannon. That should put it into lock-on farm down range, although that lock-on farm down was brutal. Thankfully, we leave with yet another Zap Cannon, which we're going to YOLO at the very bulky fish. Zap Cannon picks up the knockout. Oh, Porygon popping off here. Out comes Skeledirge. Skeledirge gets that Incinerate farm down. ZT Smith looks to make a catch. Oof, the catch attempt unsuccessful. Scizor just about able to reach the Night Slash. Night Slash goes unshielded, and thankfully puts him in a range where one Snarl should pick up the knockout. My, what a crazy endgame. GG's. Heading into the next battle, we see the Shadow Scizor Mirror. The opponent opting for Fury Cutter. That will generate more energy, but Bullet Punch, even when resisted, is going to do more fast move pressure. ZT Smith going to shield at the first Night Slash. An argument could be made, you don't want to shield the first move, but Shadow Scizor is insanely glassy, so tends to shield everything. ZT Smith going to go down both Protect Shields here in the opening matchup. The opponent fire off the next Night Slash. ZT Smith going to return fire with his own Night Slash. The opponent looking to play out the 2-shield scenario. ZT Smith farms up, makes a savage Night Slash catch onto Crawdaunt. Very, very nicely done. The opponent then send out Tantrum. Oof, I thought we was going to reach the Scald. It looks like we get Dragon Tail farm down first. We're going to settle for the Night Slash, and Night Slash does still do some very nice chip damage. ZT Smith sends back out Scizor. He goes for the 1 Bullet Punch and the next Night Slash. Thankfully, removing this dinosaur from the field of players, Porygon would have had a very tough time dealing with it. The opponent sends out a Lola Mola. We bank a bit of energy and make the pivot into Porygon. The opponent doesn't make any fancy catch attempt. Instead, just going to get hit with a Zap Cannon to the face. A Lola Mola, you might think you're thick, sir, but evidently you just found out you're not thick enough, and we take that game. Heading into the next battle, we've got another Scizor Mirror. What's going on? It's like London buses. We saw 2 Licky Lickies, then 2 Wormadam, and now 2 Scizors. However, you can see this is why Scizors tend to shield everything. The opponent didn't shield the first Night Slash to then get fully resisted Bullet Punch farm down. I believe ZT Smith was able to get the boost there as well, which is very, very nice for us. Out comes Licky, far too thicky. Night Slash forced the Protect Shield, no shot. We are now 4-stage boosted, and we're unleashing yet another Night Slash. The opponent double shield Licky. Are we going to go all in, riding this boost? ZT Smith like, nah, that's a stupid idea. We're actually able to survive the resisted Body Slam and get off 1 further Bullet Punch. We send out Crawdaunt. Oh, actually survives an Earthquake. I thought we was going to get 1 shot there, but we did not. And it's all down to Porygon to clean up. We all know that Slowbro will be getting 1 shot by a Zap Cannon. It's inevitable. It's going to be hi Slowbro, bye Slowbro. Nice to see you nice. Zap Cannon picks up the 1 shot. Back out comes Licky, far too thicky. We reach the tri-attack, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's. Heading into the next battle, we see Scizor into the shiny Alola Mola. It's a cool shiny, but still a very boring, bulky Pokemon. ZT Smith going to go straight for the Trailblaze. Trailblaze super effective, but unfortunately, unlike the Zap Cannon, won't 1-shot. The opponent opts to shield a non-stab move. On the bulkiest mod in the format, very, very questionable play trainer. We pivot into Porygon. Out comes Licky, far too thicky. You can see why I call it thick. The Zap Cannon doesn't do anywhere near enough damage to lock on farm down afterwards. The opponent full send an Earthquake, picking up the 1-shot. We send back out Scizor. The opponent only going to reach a Body Slam. Body Slam is survivable, but will get us very low. ZT Smith tanks the damage, gets that Bullet Punch farm down. We've got the Trailblaze locked and loaded, and we're going to fire it off instantly, anticipating us dying to that waterfall. We're able to force the final protection, and Scizor actually survives, which means it can now be used as the 3rd shield. Out comes Ariados. We go straight for the Scald. Scald almost picks up the 1-shot and gets the attack drop, which is kind of neither here nor there. We're going to commit a Protect Shield, blocking up the lunge, and get that Snarl farm down. Back out comes a Lola Mola. Despite being debuffed, we can just shield, throw a million Night Slashes, and we should be emerging victorious. ZT Smith like, no, I'm not shielding a double resisted move. Oh boy. I think potentially we are now going to get Waterfall farm down in Crawdaunt, I believe. Please don't die to the Waterfalls. Please, Crawdaunt, please. No, we do get Waterfall farm down. Scizor also gets Waterfall farm down, and we reverse one shield flex. GG's. Oh boy. What a way to start Monday morning. ZT Smith, buddy, that was a hell of a lot of fun. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. A link to my battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thanks to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.